All right. Welcome to day two of the Becoming Summit 4.0. Thank you for joining us today again. Thank you for being here yesterday. If you were here yesterday, thank you for being here. And today we go again on day two. I have two sisters already waiting. Apologies that we started a little bit late, almost 15 minutes late. I'm so sad. But again, sometimes these things happen, with tech and all of that. We have those kind of setbacks sometimes. So please pardon our lateness. But now we're here. Let's do this. Let's do this. So if you're joining us, please do send let me know where you're joining from, and then send a hi, send something in the comments so that I know you can hear me clearly. So please, if you're here and you can hear me, you can see me, please do type in the comment section that you can hear me. Confirm for me that you can hear me clearly, that you can see me clearly, and just also let me know where you are connecting from. And please as well do share this link with a friend who should be here. Yesterday was phenomenal as we kick off the Becoming Summit 4.0. We talked about resilience, and that is basically the topic throughout this session. Shegon joining from Nigeria. Yeah! My party, I'm so happy to have you here. I know you're so busy and I know you might not be able to stay till the end, but thank you for being here, and thank you for thank you for being here, and for helping to confirm that you can hear and see me clearly. Fantastic. Love you. Mwah. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. This is day two, and today I have another two sisters in the house who are going to be sharing their resilience story. Okay, they're going to be sharing their story, and they're going to be sharing with you some tips and hacks of how to grow in your resilience and how to deal with adversity so that you're ready. Because again, adversities would always come, whether you prepare for it or not. So you might as well prepare. You might as well fortify yourself. You might as well, do the things that you need to do. Okay. So, yes. Okay. I see you, Courage. Chiamaka. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, guys. Thank you for joining. Awesome, from Nigeria. Where in Nigeria, Courage, are you connected from? Joining from Nigeria. Where exactly in Nigeria? Shegon says Nigeria. I know Shegon for sure is from Lagos. So thank you, Shegon, for being here. Courage, what part of Nigeria are you joining from? Do let me know in the comment section. And please do share this link with your friends and family. Of course, I think I also need to do that. I haven't done that on my second phone. So I'm just going to take a minute. So while I take a minute to do that, I need you to also take a minute to do the same thing. Please share to your WhatsApp status, share to your friends, share to your family, and just, let us gather around and talk about the power of resilience today. Okay. Yesterday was amazing. I love how vulnerable my speakers yesterday were. They shared from their heart. One of them, which is my friends, she shared something that she's really not shared a lot or talked about for the longest time now. About her marriage that crashed, and that really got to me. Really touched me, and I'm so grateful that she was able to share that experience with us, and to just share what she does to be able to face all the challenges that she's facing as a single mom. And she's been doing this for almost 10 years now. That's just fantastic. I didn't even know that it's been that long, but thank God for how far God has brought her. So today I'm trusting that my guests, they're going to share something that would touch you, something that would inspire you, a story that will give you strength, something you can go or leave here with today, that what, no matter what comes my way, I am going to face whatever it is that that comes my way. Oh, fantastic! Courage is from Ebonyi State. Wow! 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 Awesome! Thank you for joining all the way. Thank you for joining all the way. All right. So please do well to share the link. I'm currently doing that, sharing it to my WhatsApp status. So please, you can do the same thing. Please share to your WhatsApp status, share to a friend, share to a group, share to your YouTube, to your Facebook page, and things like that. Actually, let me even do that quickly. Permit me, all right? We're families here also. Let's do it. Let us do it. Let us do it. Yes, we are live day two on the Becoming Summit. We are live day two. So let me just post that on Facebook and see who is going to join us from there, right? So let's do that. So please come along with me and do the same thing. Just share, share, share so that we can have more people here, okay? So you don't have to, struggle to watch the replay. Fantastic. Esther, I see you. Esther says, I'm here from Nigeria. Esther, I believe, is from Lagos, Nigeria. Let us know in the comment section. Thank you so much, Esther, Courage, Shagon. Thank you all for joining. So, without further ado, I am going to bring up on stage my guests. All right. Um, so, the both of them are actually coaches, and that is just beautiful. So get ready to be coached. Get ready to be coached today, all right? So I have two beautiful guests today. One, both of them are Nigerians and both of them are connecting from Nigeria today. One of them I call my certain woman because we are in a mastermind together, and we call ourselves certain women because there are things that we learn together. We read books together, we review books together, we kind of do and reassess our coaching together as a group of coaches. So she's a mental health advocate. She's also a fitness a fitness enthusiast like myself. So she's a mental health and self-care advocate. She's a personal development coach. She's a corporate trainer. She's a speaker. She has other businesses that she does, and she's called Grace so amazingly. I love it. You see the way you call me energetic EJ? Hers is Grace so amazing. I love it. But her name is Grace Edibo. I'm going to bring her up stage soon because I'm going to bring my two guests up stage at the same time. The second speaker we have today, this one is known as the Firebrand anointed MC. She's the queen of the mic. She's God's voice to this generation. She's owning her space in the mountain of entertainment, and she's doing kingdom entertainment. So she's a giver of life. She gives people life. She gives your event life. She gives your organization. If she gets to train your organization, she gives it life. She's an author. She's an MD. She also runs a foundation. She's the founder of I Am Tribe, and a women's tribe, to protect women who have gone through what's it called now, domestic violence, and are just looking for a safe haven, to be. So Enifome Obimi is a purpose-driven woman and firebrand on a mission to help people build better lives. She's a transformational coach, inspirational speaker, and multi-potentialite like myself, who is widely known for using her faith-filled words to birth life in people, events, and organizations. Her passion to help people build better lives has led to her several life transforming projects, including the Live Again Shelter, a temporary place of solace for broken, distressed, and abused women. She is the MD CEO of the Fogg Solutions Company, a solutions driven company on a mission to help people build better lives through world class innovations and solutions. Resilience is her superpower. This is why she was one of the speakers that God laid in my heart for this particular event. A skill set she built from challenging life situations and various work experiences, which has helped her become versatile and highly resourceful. A true delight to any individual, audience, or organizations. She holds a bachelor's degree in civil engineering from the prestigious University of Benin, Edo State, Nigeria, as well as certifications in life coaching, safety, should be engineer, information system management, digital marketing, website design, and public speaking. She's a bundle of talent, just like myself. She has a track record of individuals and organizations which she has worked with and helped to attain uncommon results. So we're speaking to these two powerhouses today. So stay put, sit back, relax, and let us have a fantastic conversation. And please, may I plead with you that as they speak, as they share their stories and their nuggets and hacks, please, whatever comes to you, whatever jumps at you, type it in the comment section. And if you're here and you're a member of the energetic tribe, you can also drop it in the chat on WhatsApp so that we can, people who are not here now, you can pepper them, okay? Let's pepper them a bit, right? And if for any reason you're tweeting or sharing any of the nuggets that's going to drop here on social media like Instagram, please tag me on your stories so that I can reshare and repost. And please use the hashtag the Becoming Summit 4.0 or the Becoming Summit 4 and also energetic EJ. All right. Without further ado, let me bring up on stage my beautiful sisters. Are we ready? If you're here and you're ready, type ready in the comment section before I bring my guest on board. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Talk to me. Talk to me. Type ready, 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 ready in the comment section. Type ready. Oh, ready. Where are all the ready? I should tell my guests they should be going. We should close service today. Should we share the grace? You know, both my guests today are grace. Both my guests today are grace. Hey, I feel like there shall be an overflow of grace in this place today. Grace is released for you to become resilient. So don't even joke with this at all. So nobody is typing ready. Anyway, you cannot stop my shine. No, well, they don't want anybody where to stop my shine or to stop this to weigh me down. It's not possible because when two or three are gathered, there my Lord is. And if my Lord is here, that's all we need. Where were you? Why are you slow? I see the ready. Thank you, courage. I think you're courageous. And to add to your courage today, you're going to be baptized with the spirit of resilience because these two graces that are in the room is fire for fire. As in, one is called Grace Edibo. So Grace amazingly, we call her Ginger Mama. So she has plenty ginger. Then Enifome has plenty fire. So ginger and fire. Imagine how hot this place is about to get. Okay, let's see. Please, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so delighted and so happy to bring up on stage my beautiful sisters, Grace Edibo and Enifome Ugbini. Hi, sisters.
Woo!
Wow. It's about to get hot in here. This one is energy mixed with ginger mixed with fire. Hey, they can't see this coming.
Oh wow.
Welcome. Thank you so much for for being a part of this. I know you are very busy, but thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to grace this occasion. I do not take it for granted, and I know like I'm not like a celebrity or anything. So thank you for accepting my invitation. As a small girl that I is, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I celebrate you. Awesome. So, my dear sisters, I'll start. So this way, we are having a conversation. So it's not like don't if you have been a part of becoming something before, like it's like hey, everything like scripted and arranged. This time around, like no, we're letting the guards down. We are having a real conversation with the people because again, it's about the impact that we're going to leave. So whether the people are here live or they're going to watch the replays, the transformation that they would experience just by watching this is going to be the same thing. So we're just here being who we are. I'm going to throw the questions that I'm going to be asking, and any of you can just jump on it. So first of all is when you hear the word resilience, what comes to mind?
Grace, why are you smiling? Answer now. Namesake, go for it.
No, you go for it. Okay, why not? Because we come from resilience. Resilience. So let me go. Fine. Thank you so much, energetic EJ, for this. When you told me about this, I was like, fellow setting woman, why not if not? This particular topic, why not if not? So I am happy to be here, and Good job. Well done. Resilience. The simple way to how me I have decided, because when I don't go through like this, I now start that say, please, this thing, what is it called? This thing that when you go through one big challenge and then you go through it and then you see that you've gone through it and you're back and you're going with your life, and then another one comes in and then you go through it and then another one comes in and you go through it, you get to a point where you're not really afraid. So for me, even if wahala is coming or a challenge is coming, you know that you have gone through different stages and then you have learned certain things and I don't know whether to say you developed audacious, so to speak, for lack of a better way to put it. So for me, resilience simply means one's ability to go through life's challenges and then bouncing. I'm trying not to use the word to bounce back, because it never ends in a way, but the ability for one to go through a challenge, to come out of it, learn a thing or two, and then keep moving. The ability to keep moving in the face of several challenges is what I have come to call resilience.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Oh,
Being
wow.
through several challenges. Absolutely. Go for it.
Oh, wow. Well, resilience for me is inner strength, is strength that is built through tough times. Is strength that is built on the inside through tough times. It's built as you go through challenges, but it's inside. It doesn't have anything to do with how you look on the outside, or if you're macho, or if you look like a strong woman or a strong man. It's really an inner strength, and it's actually built through life's challenges. It's more like she said, for everyone you go through, it's like a chunk of resilience is added. You go through, a chunk is added, so it's built. It's like the way you build your muscles. It's a muscle. Resilience is a muscle that is built through life challenges. So the more you go through, the better the more resilient that you are. Really, it's just really what it is. It's an inner strength. That's really what I call it.
See
It's
about
an
it.
inner strength, and it's built. And also, it is not something that is special to some certain people. It's really something that we're all born with. We are all resilient. The issue is the degree to which we're resilient. So when you're running away from challenges, you're just reducing your resilience. And because every time you go through challenges, you get stronger. So if you run away, you're becoming less resilient. If you face it, you're going to become more resilient by the end of that challenge. So that's really what
Absolutely.
resilience
Absolutely.
is.
I agree with the concept of it being a muscle that anyone can build. Because
Anyone.
again, all of us, whether we are tiny or we are buff, if we want to build muscles, there are things that we need to do. Just
Exactly.
enter gym. Or even if you don't want to
Exactly.
enter gym, in your room, just be doing, if you can even do focused exercise. So for example, that's what me I've been doing. Like again, people like feel like, oh, you don't have to do anything specifically to be buff or anything to be healthy. But you can do focused exercise. So you can focus on only this week, oh, is only my tummy. And so you do the same thing, you can decide to do the same thing over and over again, or focus on that particular muscle so that you can build it. And it's the same thing with resilience. And I like how you say it. Now, before I ask you to share your story, is let me just, stay on this question a bit. When you talk about it, like, it's something that we have to go through again and again. And as we go through all those challenges, we are building on top of the resilience. So when you run
Exactly.
away from challenges, it's like you're weak. So,
Absolutely.
in that case, should we be praying for challenges, me, so that
The truth is, even if you don't pray for challenges, challenges will come.
we come?
It's not going to take permission from you to come. And for every time you say, Lord, I want a new level, I want to get to this point, there is a challenge. So
Waiting for you.
Exactly. So it's just life. It's like you're gymming in the gym of life. Resilience is a muscle that you build in the gym of life. Every time you say, I want to become. So this is becoming summit. If
Absolutely.
you are going to become, you are going to face challenges, because who you were yesterday is not who you are today. If you are going to become somebody else tomorrow, you will face it's like JS1 and JS2. When
Bam.
we're in school, we're like, oh God, let's just do and leave this secondary school. Oh my God, this thing is stressful. We left school, we now realized that secondary school is like,
Was sweet.
basic, it's like biscuits. There's university, and you're like, oh God, I can't wait to leave this university. Their wala is too much. Hello, life is the biggest school.
And they tell you.
We knew that time we'll be like, let's
stay in it.
After this stress, we'll rest. No, you never really, really, really rest, because there are challenges for every new level. So except you want to die and just be in this life and just be I don't know, a walking dead existing, then you will now not have challenges. But for every time that I want to become a doctor, I want to become a coach, you have to read now. You have to, so there is always one challenge. But the thing about challenges is that once you have gone through it, it is no longer a challenge. At least you've gone through. So imagine how you were reading books in secondary school. It was a challenge. Now, if somebody gives you your biology textbook, you're like, what is this? I beg, it's a walk in the park, because you've gone through it. So that's really, if you run it from challenges, that means you don't want to grow. Because in challenges, you will grow. And resilience is not the only thing that you get in challenges. You get so many other things. So if you keep running away, that means you are not truly ready to become.
I love it. I love it. Grace, so amazing. Speak.
Thank you for this question. And I'll start by saying that there was a time we were in a garden, somebody was praying, and the person said, dear Lord, may we not see challenges in our life. I did not say amen. I did not say amen. I would say amen to, may we not see challenges that we will not be able to handle. May we not see, or let us see the kind of challenge that we can be able to handle and deal with and come out stronger. These days, not be all prayers, you go run, say amen.
I tell you.
Absolutely.
I agree.
So how I would say this is that you don't necessarily need to sit down and pray for challenges to come. However, you're not afraid when they come. When you get to the level where you get to that point, anything can happen. Things can happen, right? But I'm saying it's not easy. It's not easy. But when you look in the face of a challenge and say, okay, race number one. Okay, race number one. I bet they say that thing in Yoruba. Meaning you're small. You are small. Even though I am afraid, you are small. Your uncle, I don't finish them. The ones who senior your papa, I have dealt with them. So, guys, if you're coming, come quick, let me deal with you and move on to the next level, because there's somewhere I'm headed. Right? So I have built myself to a point where I understand that challenges, say something recently again, that somebody we don't finish for this life, what won't carry and do? What will the devil do with somebody that has nothing to offer? Nothing. And somebody also said that the juiciest fruits, or a tree with the juiciest fruits, get the most stones. So these days, when I see people going through challenges and they are going through different challenges, I'm like, this person,
there's something about this person.
So somebody will sit down and the person is mocking, you say they do this one, now only you this one they do. You say
they happen to. Oh God.
I will shout in my head, I'm like, if only you can see, you will go and be friends with that person. Babes, if only you can see, you will go and become friends with that person. So that's how I've wired my mind, and that's how I see things now. That Dodomus Dodo they don't need dodo moves in the things that, would go very big. You need people that, people with the ability, people with the capacity. And for the people to go through that stage to become, or those stages, or to become whatever it is they want to become, they have to go through, what we're talking about, challenges, not small, small, binty ones. So better challenge wey carry hips and four corner. Do you understand what I mean? So to answer
Mm.
that question, I don't pray for challenges, but if they do come, I'm not afraid.
I love it. I love the concept of when you see somebody, and in fact, just when you see somebody who is just like, what is it now? Is something wrong with you? Every time if I talk to you, there's something that is wrong. Like you've just left one challenge, now you're in another. What is it? Are you, Job comes to mind. And but again, when you just said it like, if only you can see that there is something peculiar about that person. And I want to say, as we say this, think about yourself. Like if you feel like you've been like life is just dealing with you, decking you blows, uppercuts, not giving you enough time to even rest. You're not done finishing one, another one is coming. Can you come to terms with it that there is something special about you? That the
Absolutely.
enemy, that the devil does not want you to come alive. And so you are facing all of these barricades to say, no, I know there is something on my inside. I am like fine wine and I have to be crushed, to be pressed, to bring out the juice in me. I love this concept. I haven't seen it like this before, but now I cannot unsee it. I cannot unhear it and I grab it. Honestly, it makes sense to me now because again, it takes away the factor of complaining when things just keeps happening to you. Classic example, I am a classic example of what you just said, but now that I look at it, is that I remember having a conversation with somebody just last week, one of our like our cell meeting leader, and we're having the conversation. I'm like, I'm like, I'm just tired. Like I was telling God, like, God, I'm just tired. I'm tired of from one, it's like from frying pan to fire. Like, what is it? Am I the only one? What exactly is the problem? Like, you can tell me what it is. Like, just let me tell me what you need me to do, so that I'll just do it and just let me just even chill. Can I not live a baby girl lifestyle? So what's that be suffering all the time? Right? But at the same, in the same breath, I was telling her, like, but honestly speaking, I cannot discount the grace of God. I cannot discount the hand of God. I cannot discount that He promised never to leave nor forsake me. And He has never, ever, ever left me. Not for a minute. Not even when it felt like this is the end. Like, they will finally put you to shame. He comes up and show up at the last minute from the unexpected quarter. So this is me saying, God, it's like I'm not moving forward. It's like I'm
Mm,
going around this circle. I'm not going anywhere. But at the same time, I can see so clearly how faithful you are. So when you said that when you look at somebody and you see it feels like they are going through, always going through, there is something peculiar about that person. And rather than mock them, you should find a way to get closer and see the source of their strength, why they've not dropped the whole thing and given up, but they are still going through it. Fantastic. Woo! So powerful. Deliverance for me right there. I don't catch my own. I hope there is more for me to catch today. Guys, if you're watching, thank you for joining. Let us know in the comment section where you're joining from. And please, if anything is jumping at you, do type in the comment section. I love what Courage just dropped. Courage says challenges are hard promoters. Hey, correct, correct. I love that. Rema, drop it like it's hot. All right. So if these remas are dropping for you, please drop it. And if you're a member of the energetic tribe, please also drop it on the WhatsApp group. Fantastic. So now let us come to the story, because it is easy for us to say, oh, don't this is that, this and use definitions. But let them know that we know what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Yoruba people say, Jack, come on, that we have been through it. There's this song that comes to mind. I've gone through the fire and I've been through the storm. I've been broken into pieces. Na da 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 da. But through it all, I remember that he loves me and he cares.
Thank you,
And
Lord.
no, he'll never put more on me than I can bear. So, this is my own strategy for resilience, knowing that God can never put more on me than I can bear. And so
Mm,
I can always hold on and say, ah, God, this cup is heavy, oh, it's heavy, oh. If it can pass, let it pass, but not my will. Like my father Jesus said, your will be done. So, sister, please open the floor. Tell us. I know you got a story. Please tell us story, story, story. Yeah.
oh wow. Which of the stories do you want to hear? Because
My
when
sister.
you see resilient people, there are a number of stories. There are so many. Which of
They
because
are a
it's
walking storybook.
yeah. So it's if we were to document, or personally, if I were to document my memoirs on resilience, I would write a book,
Mm,
because it happens almost, it's regular. It's not like once and then later, like you said. Sometimes it's back to back,
mm,
right?
mm,
Sometimes it's seasonal, sometimes it's like, okay, but it's something that happens regularly. And I don't know, if you tell me to share my story on resilience, I think my resilience story started when I was a child.
mm,
And I would say this because I'm a first girl, and my parents believed that girls are supposed to walk, walk.
mm,
My father would say, look, you're a girl, you have to, the house, whatever, whatever. So I was always working. Even when I want to go and play catch up with my friend, my mom would call me, come and stay in the kitchen. I'm like, hello, but I will stay there and all of that. So I started learning how to take care of the house, manage the home.
mm,
And then I noticed that I was the only one doing most of the work. So my brothers, they were made to understand that you're a man,
mm.
back and eat, that kind of thing. Like, they would do all sorts, scatter and everything, and I'm arranging. Even though that one in its own case is a parenting fault that
Default,
I speak
yeah.
about, in terms of
Mm.
train your children, the same way. There's no, boy, girl. That's
Boy
where
or
all
girl.
the equity and whatever is coming from the home, right?
Mm,
But what that did for me, so I learned how to go through challenges even as a child. So even when you send me
mm,
to do something, I won't say no. I'm like, okay, let me try. I can try it. So that's, I can try it. Let me see why. I won't say I don't know, but this I can't wasn't in my dictionary. I just felt I can do all things. And it's not
mm,
like I even knew Philippians 4:13, like I was even quoting it. I had this, I came to this world with this kind of personality that is strong. So I want to learn. I want to do things. I want to find out. I want to know what is going on. I want to. So when they give me work to do, people are like, okay, she's working. I'm like, opportunity for me to learn something. So let me go now. I'll know.
mm,
I had this optimism about me that helped me, and optimism is actually an ingredient of resilience. And so I
true.
would do the thing and I would learn it. For example, I think one time, even when I went to I think it was Bielsa for admission. Then I went to River State because they were not forthcoming with the admission, and I stayed with my aunt, and she was like, I should come and fry gari or something like that. She went to the
Eh,
farm. I was excited. I was like, okay. I went to the farm. I saw cassava. I'm like, okay, so they'll pluck it first. I was already like, okay. So, and I fried the gari. My eyes were bringing out, water. And it was this gari kitchen that had firewood. And I'd never gone through such
don't.
a thing my entire life. But I was like, okay, at least tomorrow I can say I know how to fry gari. And I did it. So I think it's resilience is kind of like also a mindset. And that mindset that this challenge cannot kill me. This thing
Mm,
doesn't have the capacity to kill me. Right from when I was a child, that thing, that okay, let's do it now. If it's job, let's do it. So that was already my background. And then when I went to school, of course, if you don't about Uniben, the nickname of Uniben is Unistress. Uniben, Uniben, they have this snapshot.
Yeah,
That's
Unibend.
like what they call it, one thing. They say these are they will bend you when you enter the school, like Uniben. Oh God, the stress of being in school, studying engineering wasn't easy as a girl, as a lady, and then men. So I just kept going through different things in life that just
Stages.
made me like, okay, that made me stronger. That's it, made me stronger. And then also different things. Even when I went through, abuse and everything, I went through so much abuse, and it was really really bad that I became a walking dead, and I was just a shadow of myself existing through life. One of the things that also helped me was this same resilience. I say, wait, though, I cannot. This thing cannot kill me
Kill
now.
me.
Like, what is it? Is that, and there's this scripture that always helps me. It's like, there is no temptation that is common to man. God is able to make a way of escape, right? And I think that one of the things that has anchored me on my resilient journey is my faith.
Mm.
I would say that faith is an anchor of resilience. Faith works together with resilience. You cannot have resilience and call it resilience without faith. Whether it's faith that you will come out of this, whether it is faith that all things will work together for your good, whether it's faith that does not come to kill you, whether it's faith for possibilities, whether it's faith for seeing the good in the bad, you need faith to be resilient, right? So even when I went through all those abuse, I just felt like God cannot abandon me.
Mm.
God cannot abandon me. That was just my mindset. Like, no matter what I have done, God cannot abandon me. God is love. Because I'd already gotten an encounter with God where He revealed Himself to me as love. He told me, I have loved you with an
With an
everlasting.
everlasting love.
It's
Woo!
not going to end today. It wasn't something that you did.
Deep.
In fact, I waited for you. I knew you would do this will happen, but I was waiting for you. I
Mm.
mean, that anchored me. That
Mm.
gave me strong courage. That wait, see, who them be? Where did sin?
Who
And
them?
where is that thing? And that
Mm.
just helped me, see that, look, I'm gonna come out of this stronger. So, like, it's first a mindset. This thing cannot kill me. This thing does not have what it takes to kill me. I am coming out of this better and stronger. So even
Mm.
all through the abuse and all of that, when I now, became a survivor and then started living again and everything, that mindset, I'm getting better version of myself is coming out of all of this. And
Mm.
that my faith really, really, really anchored me.
Gives.
It really
Mm.
anchored me. And then also the idea of discovering yourself. Discovering, when you discover yourself, and when you go through challenges, it's important to rediscover. So for me, what I did was purpose rediscovery. Purpose is a
Mm.
pillar of resilience. It helps you stay anchored. You know the
To
purpose,
go
you know
through
where you
it.
are going. Exactly. This is what is going to happen. Even if it is a painful thing, purpose will come out of this pain. So you know that,
Mm.
okay, you are now able to say, okay, this thing, what is the purpose of this
Of
challenge?
this challenge. What is he here
What
to
is it
teach
coming
me?
to teach me?
Mm.
What can I learn from here? Because many times you go to something, hey, if you don't learn from your mistake, you are bound to repeat that mistake. In fact, if you do not learn from your challenge is bigger than you, because you yourself, you've not gotten bigger. Okay, let me try and explain. So when you go through a challenge and you learn from the challenge, you have added to yourself. You're no longer the person
The
that went
person
into the
that went
challenge.
to the challenge. Mm.
So you've gotten a nugget, gotten wisdom from there. For example, you made a mistake, you will learn better ways not to make that same mistake. So you're now bigger than the challenge. But when you don't learn from the challenge or the mistake, that mistake or challenge is bigger than you. That's when it
Mm.
can consume you and kill you. Do you get what I mean? So
Mm.
purpose discovery or rediscovery also helped me. My faith in God also helped me. That journey of self-awareness and rediscovering yourself and saying, okay, who am I really? Why am I going through this? What is there to learn? And so there are empowering questions you can ask. Sometimes we ask these empowering questions. Why me? Is it
Why
only
me?
me?
Oh?
See my mess. If you do that one, you will sink.
Why not you?
One night, the thing will choke you, swallow you, and bury you. But
Mm.
empowering questions like, wait, oh, why? If this thing is a pattern, why does this thing keep happening? Is there, like you
Mm.
said, Ejiro, you said, is there something that I'm not doing right? right? Is there something that I don't know that I need to know? Those are empowering questions. Okay, go and study this course. Okay, go and do this.
Mm,
Hey, not,
mm.
hey, see my life. Why me? Is it only me? See my mates. Do you understand? So
Wow,
all
wow,
those
wow, wow.
things, those things, are part of the things that really help. That's having that positive mindset. I'm going to stop here so that my namesake can speak.
Absolutely.
Having
So
that
Grace,
positive mindset that
yeah,
nothing can kill me.
nothing
That's really
can
like
kill
the beginning. That's the beginning before
the
every other thing that I
beginning.
said. Yeah.
The beginning. Fantastic. So
Beginning.
Grace, the way I want the place I want you to take it from is share one adversity that you felt, you know what, it'd be like say this one won't wound me. Before you grew into that place where you now knew that no now, maybe it's challenge. I know challenge now. It's not challenge. I've been through it like plenty times. Now it's like if it's coming, I even know it before it comes. And that's why you're no longer afraid of it. So tell us one story of you going through a challenge that you felt, you know what, this is it. But then you were able to go through it.
Okay, please, I need you to confirm if you can hear me clearly. Can you
I
hear
can
me?
hear you, but it's kind of low.
All right, so
Yeah. I saw you, putting in your. Were you hearing
can you hear me
echoes?
better?
Oh, fantastic. It's better now.
All right, so I missed some part of what she said.
Okay.
Okay,
Why
I
was
think
that?
there's
Was
a
it
delay.
echoing? Oh, there's a
No, no, no,
delay.
no, no. I
Okay.
couldn't hear. There was an interruption, so it sort of it took away the audio. So I had to use now when I decided to use my earpiece. I was able to hear her, but I missed
Okay.
most of what she said. But I
Oh,
heard a bit.
sorry.
And okay, so just like she started. Where do I want to start from?
Hmm.
From where? What I would start from, because I don't want to sound repetitive from what she said. I also went through an abuse, and you know what I would say would now be after the abuse, another kind of adversity. That time I thought my life was over, when I had to leave a very, very toxic environment and a toxic relationship. So that one, I had to start afresh. My life had to start afresh. So I left family, left everybody, and then I went to to start my life afresh.
Hmm.
So in starting my life afresh, hey, just remembering it now is making me like, oh, more you try. I had to start, not knowing, not leaving my family, leaving everybody, and starting from ground zero. When I
Hmm.
mean ground zero, I came from where I was shattered in my mind. When you're shattered in your mind and you don't even know where to start, but you just know that all die not die. Let me just start from somewhere.
Hmm.
So I got into a city. I went for a program in that city where I was trying to, run away from the way I was feeling at the time. And then another fresh, correct, better adversity started. Now, starting from ground zero, I said, where do I start from? First thing is to get a job. God helped me, oh, grace. I say, this God like me, oh, I got a job, right? I don't know, say, nah, take me, see what I will do. I don't know. Just
Try.
take, so I got the job and then I started working. So where I was staying with a friend, and the friend was staying with a family member at the time. So the friend said, you just came for a program here, now you've gotten this job. If you stay here, I'm sporting. You don't need to, you won't be able to stay with me. So this story is a story of, even though you have people, even though you know that you are okay if you go back home, this suffer no go day, but you're telling yourself that, let me start from zero and see by myself. Let me see. I kept telling myself, I'll be tempted, no, reach like that. So I get people, no. But that thing I want to go up like, try now. Just how many? You've not even stayed 5 months, you want to run back home. Is that how you used to do? Because the accommodation problem became a big problem. I said, I get house now for another family now. It can't be this bad now. I'll go sit down for this rough city. They torture myself by myself. I left that accommodation where I was staying with my friend. I went to a family member. A family member that I was staying with was, you just imagine where you're coming from Yugoslavia. My office there for and they come from Yugoslavia, they go Japan. Every day I'll be crying. And I kept telling myself, go home now, she don't, you must still stay in this city. Go home, you have family. But I kept telling myself that if I now go home, then what will happen now? Now, what can't I face this and do this? Because I didn't really, I would not say that I really suffered, while growing up. Everything was available. I was okay, and everything. So when they say better torture in terms of getting a job or, my life, I was still very young, but I was telling myself a story that, is there every time I will have to be running for running? Can't I face some things by myself? To cut the long story short, I saw better. You know what they call better? That I'll sit down in a car and I'll be crying. I'll be telling myself that. So it's because of where you are coming from. You don't want to be ashamed. You don't want to be laughed at. You are now forcing yourself to do this wahala that you're going through. I kept telling, and I said, no, not necessarily. I want to prove to myself that I can do something. I can do something for myself. I can start from zero and get to somewhere. And babes, even though I was going through hell, in fact, let me not even tell you about getting an God, I don't see him. I paid like this. After looking for money, I paid for the house. I was happy that finally all this wahala go end. The house I paid for, 300 other people paid for the same house.
Hey, sure.
I said, I say, God mean me. God, after I don't suffer, I travel every day to work. The house where I come finally see, a 419 house. And this is me that was still shattered. After that abuse, I was still looking at myself as if I was not good enough. A lot of things going on in my mind. I was frustrated. I was down. Look, now I'm saying it so casually like this, they see, but by that time, I was always miserable, looking like, the world was coming to an end. But at the end of the day, I stayed 1 year. I stayed 2 years.
Wow.
I started getting myself back. The me that would say that, maybe the thing that happened to me was probably my fault. I was self-blaming. I was, hating myself. I wasn't seeing anything good about myself. I said, I became somebody that started learning, started going to school again, learning different things, and became, when I say that, something to say casually, because we don't have the time. If I want to talk, I said, let me not talk about the abuse, where I'll be thinking that when I'm in a car, let's be going, let accidents. Have you ever prayed that, so that I have gone through those stages where I'll be thinking some funny things in my head. But you know what I always say? Thank God for my personality. I think building a strong personality is what helps. It is what we'll look at in the, when when you're very optimistic to a point where that bad as the bad, something good go come out. Bad as the bad, something good go come out. That was the story. So the story I kept telling myself was what kept me going. I kept telling myself that even though I have the luxury of certain things, family helping, let me see how far this will take me. I started learning things. I started building another kind of community in my new environment. I built another family in my new environment. I started learning new things. I started my foundation, Friends to Lean On. And me and you will still quarrel. Yesterday when I joined with Friends to Lean On, you were asking what is Friends to Lean On? I said, with all these years when me and you don't know, you don't say the name of the foundation and Friends to Lean On Foundation.
You don't
Me
talk
and you will
about
talk
it enough.
about
You don't talk
it.
about it enough. Talk about it. If
I
Enifome
don't
say, if
know. What do you
Enifome
think we
say,
do every Thursday? Well,
uh,
but that's aside, right? That small, there's a delay. I can't hear her. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. You know, that small, all these things happen in the space of 8 years. This thing that I just summarized like this, it happened in the space of 8 years. Me moving from somebody that went to a city to start afresh, to building myself, to gaining, I equipped myself with knowledge to a point where when I now look at the things that I went through, I'll be like, so I had to go through this to understand. God, now for you. So you actually made me go because you wanted me something, you want me to do something, and you made me go through this to learn this thing. So every time I look at all the things that I went through, what I say is, I feel you, Baba. I get you, I understand. Because sometimes you cannot help people from reading books. You cannot help people from
Absolutely.
seeing stories.
Mm-hmm.
For you to help people, you have to go through it to understand it. You have to go through it to understand it, to relate. So I get it. Babes, I get it. I get it. As I'm speaking to you, I lost my best friend, my father. You know now. Even yesterday, I don't cry. That man, I feel like crying now, but I think it's okay. I love that man so much because he grounded me. He grounded me to a point where even if I am going through something, the story I tell myself, Grace, can you chill a bit? Can you chill a bit? Just 4 or 5 months ago that I lost my dad. That's another story for another day. When I think of how this man, when I was going through that, when I was going through that phase, how this man, as I big rich, my papa go buy me meat pie. Say, my baby, my baby. As I big rich, babes. I'm a bit teary because knowing that he's not around. Because him, even though I was not in the same city with him, the messages he kept sending to me, what he kept telling me was what, even though I was almost going back, I was saying, no, 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 no. I'm there for you anytime. I am your father. So losing him is painful. But these tears is just to say that I'm proud and I'm happy that I came out from that family. Because whoever I am today is just from how I was trained, who trained me, the love. Even when I was thinking that there was something wrong with me, I wasn't loved enough. Haba, with the love I got from my family, the father that is no more, the father that taught me how to keep pushing. That's why I'm crying this evening. And I want to just give this. I don't know if there's a ghost, if his ghost is anywhere around here. I would say, Daddy, Swale, look at me. That girl is going to make you proud. It's hard for me to cry, but when you come to my papa's side, no, I weak. I no go lie for that one. But then the story of resilience. Resilience is, even though I cry sometimes when I think of him, the story I tell myself is, Grace, there's life, there's death. This man has done so well. Look at you, look at your siblings. Look at how grounded you are. He won't be here forever. Just look at it that he's here. What he has taught you will keep you going. He has done his own time. Do your time. Do your time and do
Mm.
it well.
Well.
Mm.
Give that impact that you should give. So every time I want to start crying, they pity myself. I'll say, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I keep telling myself that story. And that's one thing. Even though I'm not ashamed to cry. I'm not afraid to cry. I go through that emotion, but I'm still there somewhere, somehow. I know that thank God for the family. Thank God for the family that brought me.
There's something. Sorry, there's something she said that I just felt I needed to touch on for people that are listening. She said that she doesn't pity herself. Self pity is anti resilient. Self
Mm.
pity cannot help you become resilient.
Yeah.
If you are pitying yourselves, that and it might be your questions to yourself, your words to yourself, your
Mm.
Your
thoughts
story.
to
Your
yourself,
story.
the story you're telling
Telling
yourself.
yourself,
This thing
absolutely.
affects everything, even the
Yes.
way you show up in a place. You just come there and sit down like this. See my life, Abemona help me, I want to
Help me,
die.
help me. Life they carry me go where I don't know.
By the time you start becoming resilient, one of the things you will learn is that
Mm.
you are enough. You
Mm.
would understand that you are powerful beyond measure, and the power
Mm.
is not even anything about the outside. It
Mm.
is I
It's
did
in
again
your
with an
core.
infrastructure
Mm.
that
Mm.
is within you, because the kingdom of God is within you.
Mm.
Yeah.
Some people are not lucky to have a fatherly love. Like someone like me, my father and I were not close at all. In
Wow.
fact, when I was going through the thing I was going through, my father, he what's the name?
He
What did they say?
multiplied it.
What did they say?
He
Put
packed
fuel.
pepper. He packed
Increase.
pepper.
Uh-huh. My father, yeah. You know, thank God, God helped me forgive my father, before he passed, and God carried all those baggages away. But to be
Mm.
honest, my father and I were not close. And so, when people face rejection sometimes starts from childhood.
Yeah.
In sometimes sometimes it's not even that the parents are the ones rejecting you.
Yeah.
For me, those doing consistent work made me feel like I wasn't part of the family, because I
Mm.
felt, why is that everybody will be here? It's only me they will send.
So, yeah.
So it just made me feel like, so my father was fantastic in terms of provide provide for you till the thing will choke you, like you will eat suya till your teeth, you not see teeth to eat. My father, he does big things. He doesn't do things small. He doesn't know how to do small things. Carton, like that's his kind of childhood I had. Everything provided for, but I just felt I wasn't loved. That rejection thoughts that came in, somehow it follows you into adulthood. it,
Mm.
it guides you. It influences your
It
decisions
shapes.
in terms of
Yeah.
your how you show up, your relationships, your choices. You just feel like, let me just settle for bottom pot.
Mm.
Let me not really aspire. Let me just let me know. Beg with some people like also. And
Yeah.
rejection can come up through different things. It might even be through that, like you said, somebody said you cannot stay here again. No, come and be going. That can cause rejection. If like,
Absolutely.
see my life, oh, they say I should go. Why is my own like this? And before you know, you are self-pitying. You're like, oh God, oh, self-pity. I needed to mention that. Just self-pity is
Absolutely.
please, if don't engage, if you want to become resilient, don't entertain self-pity. Don't allow yourself to be in spaces where they pity you too. If you have friends around,
Mm.
they call you and they make you feel as if they're doing you favor, cut off from them. You see, you don't need a person to complete you. If you feel somebody has to complete you, then
You
that's
have work to do.
trauma. Something is wrong somewhere inside. So the healing, let me speak on emotional healing a little bit.
Yeah.
Healing has to happen for you to become resilient.
Mm.
If you've gone through life challenges, either somebody hurt you, you yourself, something happened, like she said, her father was loving, right? What gave her pain wasn't her father. Some people, it is people that cause them pain. Some people,
Mm.
it's their own blood. And let me tell you, persecution, it happens in families. If you have not experienced family persecution, you are still learning on this resilience journey. Because before people will persecute you outside, Joseph's brothers were the first people to sell him now. So
You.
just know that, look, persecution will come. And it will come from those inside. It might not be your father, but somebody that is close to you will shall hurt you. And that pain is supposed to lead you into purpose. But when
Mm.
you are hurt, you would not heal. And when you have not healed, you will not be strong inside, because strength comes from when you are healed
Within.
and whole on the
Mm.
inside. So for me, I think my resilience adversity journey borders around the pain I went through and the healing process. I think
Process.
that's really
Mm.
where my own was hard, because sometimes people that have sworn to protect you, I would die for
Mm.
you. I will cross the ocean for
For
you.
you.
I will
Hey, just
give
so
you
cool.
the moon. I don't sing
Just
it.
to
Hallelujah.
be
Sure.
your
Okay,
friend.
so that's where, so it can be healing. Once you, if you want to become resilient, it is healing. Please don't cover things up. I mean, I'm the founder of Live Again Foundation, and I really preach living, truly living, and not existing. And one thing that makes people not to truly live, when they go through challenges, many people don't recover. They don't recover. It's like an elastic. They don't get to that point. In fact, they get worse. So
Mm.
it's like resilience. Okay, let me calm down. Resilience is supposed to help you become stronger and better.
Mm.
But when you do not heal and you just cover, resilience is not Odeshi. Let me put a disclaimer here. Resilience is not I chest down, Odeshi, nothing they happen. I will not cry.
Mm.
You saw when Grace cried. That is a strong woman right there.
Mm.
I will not cry. I will chest it.
Ah,
That's not being resilient. That is not being resilient, oh.
my father.
It is knowing yourself enough to know when you have said, I can't
I'm
take
done.
anymore. I'm done. You
Mm.
know when to stop. You know when to start. You know when to rest. You know when to continue. Because you have gone through things, so you are able to say, no, 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 you are doing too much now. Calm down. It takes a level of self-awareness. Self-awareness is
Awareness.
a strong
Thank you.
pillar of
Absolutely.
resilience. So there are
Thank you.
five pillars of resilience: self-awareness,
Mm.
purpose,
Mm.
mindfulness,
Mm.
mindfulness, positive relationships, and I'm trying to
Mm.
remember the other one, self-care. These are the five pillars of resilience: self-care, mindfulness, purpose,
Mm.
what's the other one?
Somebody type it down in
Self-awareness.
the comment section as
Yes.
she's mentioning it, the five
These five
pillars
pillars,
of
if you can
resilience.
ground yourself in these
Mm.
five pillars, you will become resilient. You would know what to do, because when you enter a particular, okay, what am I supposed to do in this case now? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What are my values? What are my, because your values will determine the kind of people you keep around you. My
Mm.
value will not allow me to keep someone that is negative around me, because you will suck my positive energy with
Out of
spoon and
it.
straw.
Mm.
So that's my value. So what are your values? Become more self-aware if you want to become more resilient. Purpose. Discover your purpose. Purpose will ground you. So that when things happen, because trust me, in your journey of life and purpose, there are challenges. So when you have that, you know your purpose, and purpose is not, let me put a disclaimer here, purpose is not one big thing that, oh, hey, purpose, I arise, and then my daughter say, my son, your purpose. Mm-mm. Purpose is really obedience, just being light, being, just using your life to be a blessing to another person. That's purpose. Just being a representative of God on the earth. That is purpose. Forget all the big English and all the things that have made it complicated. That is purpose. And in your journey to purpose, obedience, for example, do becoming summit day 2. I was trying to join. Phone was hanging, things were happening. That is a challenge right there. Did I
Mm.
just close and say, Ejiro, I'm not coming again. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, yo. Bye-bye. Even the Ejiro that was doing the summit, do you know what she has faced to do the summit? So on your journey to purpose, there will be challenges, right? But purpose grounds you. Why am I doing the becoming summit? I
Mm.
want people to be blessed. I want people to become resilient. Okay, we are going to go through this no matter what. That's purpose.
Mm.
That's
Mm.
purpose. Right? Then mindfulness. What is mindfulness? It's the ability to stay in the present, to be in the present moment. Because what happened to you in the past can ground you. What you
Mm.
want to be in the future that you have not yet been can make you feel like, see my life, God, when I,
Mm. It's too far.
you
Mm.
understand? So Try to bring yourself back to the present. Why am I going through this now? What is going on right now? How am I feeling right now? What kind of thoughts am I thinking? Who put these thoughts here? Where did I
inside
go to that this thought came into my mind? What did I see on
me.
social media, for example? I was on my own. No, I was happy. Somebody that posted happy married life. Next thing, what am I thinking? Do you understand? So that's you now being mindful and say, this Bible says, take every thought into captivity, bringing every thought into obedience. This thought is not conforming to who I
To
am,
what?
to what God has said about me. So I will not allow it. Then you remove that thought. Self-talk. In that mindfulness, you have to use self-talk. Self-talk is one thing that helps me a lot. Enifome, you are a strong woman. You are coming out of this. Enifome, you were born for such a time as this. I speak to myself aloud. I speak till the negative thought in me is
Is
exploding.
silenced.
I
I
put
think it's
off the devil's
important.
mic. At
Yes,
the off in
it's
mic.
important you say it out loud. It's
Yes,
important so
at
you
the
can
off in
hear
mic,
it.
steady. At the off in mic, like, hello, this thought you came to me. I heard this person when I was a child. You are coming back. Are you kidding me? I am no longer that woman. I am crucified with Christ. The old Enifome has died. This one is the
Died.
new one. You cannot, there's no place for you here. Oh, yeah, vamoose. And the thought will carry leg, slippers, and everything and run out of my life. Self-talk. It helps you become more mindful. Mindfulness. What's the other one? Self-care.
Okay.
Take care of yourself. If you have to rest 1 hour a day, no, because I'm resilient, let me do 24-hour stretch, you go
Ah,
die, yo. But lie. And you oh God,
Oshebade.
do you understand? If I have to go to the spa once in 3 months, take out money, take care, value yourself, respect yourself enough to say, I am not going to allow this thing anymore in my life. It might even be social media that is distracting you to the point where you don't have all your goals are turning on your own. Self-care is saying, loving yourself enough to say, you know what, I'm going to go off social media for 1 month. Is you loving yourself. I need my sanity, number one. Number two, I need to focus. So self-care, it varies to different people. Different people have different meanings of self-care. But if you can take care of yourself, love yourself, value yourself, it's going to help you become more resilient. And the last pillar, positive relationships. She mentioned something when she was speaking. She said she built a community, and then her father was very instrumental. He kept saying, I'm here for you. The power of a positive support system. It is a pillar of resilience. You need people in your corner. You need somebody that can say,
Absolutely.
look, I am here for you.
I'm
It can be a
here.
coach. It can be a mentor. It can be, and you have to pray for them. Me, when I went through challenges, like she said, she deserted everything. Me, my own. Oh God. You see, these are the things that I now teach today. That when you want to live again, when you become a new person, one of the first things that will happen to you is that you will lose people.
Yeah.
You will lose relationships. You will lose the old things.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So for me, I had to pray and say, Lord, send me covenant friends. Send me covenant sisters. Send me destiny helpers. One book that helped me is Firebrand by DDK. The chapter 3 there spoke about covenant friendships. That book, that chapter made me, I started praying. And so the old friends went, the old people left, but I got new
New.
quality people. Quality of one is 10,000. That kind of friend. Yes. That you can do life together. So please desire positive relationships, desire support systems. If you don't have them, pray them into your life. If you have the ones that are in your life that are not helping you become more resilient, pray them out of your life.
Out
You
of
have
your
to
life.
mission
And then you to pray that you will also be a
become
support system to somebody as
somebody else.
well.
That's where purpose comes
Yes.
in. Don't be so that's where purpose pillar is, because you cannot be so fixated on your
On
pain.
you that yes.
I'm going through this. I'm me. I've not eaten. I've not this. There's always somebody you can give hope to. If you can take your focus from yourself and just give hope to someone else, you would realize that that thing, your own no bad reach that person.
Absolutely.
One lie.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. And
that
I
thing
think,
really
yeah.
it helps.
And I think
Go
it,
ahead.
it gets to a point when if you're consistently, going through, one thing that can actually help you to shift focus and to help you see that this thing you're going through can actually is actually smaller. Like it's
Yes.
actually like
It's a light
it's
affliction. It's a light
yes,
affliction.
right? It's by you focusing on helping somebody else.
That's
Like it's
purpose.
more like you put a pause on your life, on your challenges. Not you are neglecting, no, not you are discounting, no, and you're not denying it either. But you're saying, okay, I agree. I acknowledge that there's a challenge
Yes.
here. I
Yes.
see you challenge, but I don't know
Yes.
what to do about you now. So just keep resting there. You, I know I can help you do something. By the time, because again, I feel like sometimes when we then, like you said, I absolutely, it's making sense now why that is tied to purpose. Because when you then stretch forth your hands to help this person, most times, most times, something will drop for you in that process that will
Yes.
help you.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God. Look, look, let me tell you guys a story. So I need to say this. So wow, in January, right? You know when you set your goals for the year and everything. So in January, so I've been on 9K for a long time. And my followers on Instagram has been 9K. And I've been saying, now wow, 9K. Which kind, this kind
Just
of
stop there.
affliction. 9K for how many years? At least what is all this now? At least I'm posting inspiring things. What is really happening here? I'm very honest with God though. God, that far, tell me, show me, what am I? So I was just there. And then in January, something happened. Somebody sent me a message. So YouTube, this YouTube thing. YouTube, whatever, whatever, whatever. People need to go subscribe. And I'm like, I beg, let me invite all my friends. I don't have time because I was off social media. I don't joke with my January. So I was like, I beg, I don't have time. But my friend came again and said, please now start a YouTube this thing. You have influence, you know how to gather people. Just start this thing. I'm like, see, I'm off. Will you join me to do it? She said yes. I realized at my core that God wanted me to do it to help people because I like helping. I just want to help people. It came, that compassion came when I went through what I went through. I wasn't always like that. I was a hard girl. All this, I know they fall, nothing they happen. Strong girl, nothing they happen.
Adoshi.
When I fell, I realized that it's not by uprightness, it's really by righteousness. We're all saved by grace. God just saved all of us. So there's no, I better pass you, you better pass me. It just helped me understand, especially women, what women go through. So God just put that compassion in me. So since that time till today, I always want to help people. So I said, okay, people can be better off. Okay, let me just do it. Guess what? It's when I was helping people do this thing, when I was helping them, that was when God now put it in my heart that, since they're not, nobody's paying you for this, is a lot of work. Just ask a few people to just follow you. And that's your like a kind of like a kind of like, I don't know, maybe like encouragement or reward or something like that. Let them just follow you. It's not a compulsory thing, but just follow you. So I did it for the first, I think the first set, and I think I was 200 plus 200 to go, and I went into 10K, and I said, Lord, what are you saying? So is it that what's up? Is it what? Okay, and now he now taught me. He said you wanted to get into 10K, you desired it so much, so to the point that it was making you lose sleep. But when you were trying to help people get something else, you got that thing that you desired. And there's a quote that says, if you help more people get to where they want or get what they want, you will get what you want. So that thought of, let me help somebody, because we are in a race where people want to just eat, collect your own. Let me chop you, let me dish you, let me that you. If we are going to become resilient people, if we are going to be in a world that people will be resilient, you have to stop being selfish. Self-care is not selfish.
Yeah.
That's why I mentioned purpose as the pillar before I went to self-care. Self-care is not selfish. Care for somebody else. Look out for your neighbor. Your fellow woman is going through stuff. They say women supporting women. A lot of times, women do not support women. Women frustrate other women, and it's not right. It's not good. If you go through an abuse or something, say, Siam, you don't come out. You don't be like that. So I just felt I needed to just share this for someone. I don't know,
Absolutely.
whatever you are believing
Absolutely.
God for, you're saying, I want this thing. I've gone through this challenge for so long. The answer might just be in you.
In you refocusing, go outside, look somewhere else. Who can you help?
Help.
When you do that, you get
You
solution
just
to
you
yours.
just get you just get what you wanted on a like you'll be wondering that is it like this? Is it this thing? It will not be that hard anymore.
Absolutely.
Right. So I
Absolutely.
wanted to just add that.
Yeah. Grace, you
Yeah.
wanted to say something.
Wow. I mean, just like you rightly said, going through a challenge doesn't mean, and again, healing, like you also rightly said, healing is not something that just happens, bam.
No,
Ah,
it's not a one-time thing. No.
Healing is not linear. Healing is like this. It keeps,
yeah.
sometimes you go
The
back to
journey.
ground zero and you know, because of the depth,
The depth
the
of
depth
the hurt.
of the hurt. So sometimes you go, you know, so I just needed to put that there. And I'm just going to say something that people go through. You know, some people will tell you, now only you go through them. Everybody don't, many people don't go through them. What I always say is you're unique.
Mm.
And there's something I also tell people again, that especially, you know, we're talking about purpose, and there's something I always tell people, that look, because you have refused to get started with what God has put inside of you. Some people are that they are health, they are there, they are just like this because you have refused.
Mm.
You've heard it a thousand times. Do what you have to do. You've gone through this thing, but you become, you are not moving a muscle. Those people that are tied to you, those people that you're called out for, you have held them captive, like they are still waiting. And that is to really to explain this is to say that you can understand that some people will, you go through, somebody will teach a particular message, you will not get it. You're like, I don't hear them before, Jabek, you know, change me, you
Doesn't do
understand? And
anything
then
to
another
you.
person
Yeah.
will just come and then just
Say
say
the
something
same thing.
casually, and that would give you, it will turn your life around for good. So I just want to say that people will go through similar issues, similar challenges, and all of that. For some people, it's just for them to go through it. You know, you know when maybe thief they come one place like this, and you know, you unfortunately you can't be around that area. You know, it just can't happen to you. You know, I believe so strongly that some things happen to people accidentally based on, you know, the vibration
Their
they were.
proximity or where they were
Exactly.
at the time.
The real target might be another person. So that is why some people can go through the same things, go through the same challenges, but some people would use that thing to impact more lives.
Mm.
That's because they are unique. So when people, and you know, I always say that if you do things because other people are doing it, you go tire. You go reach one
Of
point, you go
course.
tire. But even though you are called to do that thing, you'll be tired, right? You will be weary. You'll be like, oh, whoa, 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 what is this? But you know that you'll be restless and you want to keep doing it. Those are the little things that I just needed to, you know, put that out there for somebody that is in a space of, you know, you're trying to do something and then you're not seeing the results that you're, but you still, the urge is still there for you to keep doing that thing. So that message, I just, you know, needed to put that out there. And then
Fantastic. Mm.
one other thing I would say is keep building capacity.
Mm.
In fact, I think that sometimes the level or the capacity you're able to build is going to make something, a big challenge, to look like this.
Mm.
Keep building
Yeah.
capacity
Mm.
so that when the challenge comes, you have equipped yourself enough
Mm.
to move.
Mm.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Then finally, I would say that for self-care, and just like you rightly said, self-care is not selfish. So for me, I'm an advocate. I dey play well, have fun and recreation. I have a timetable for people that I work with. Fun and recreation is like, it's the self-care part. So my self-care, my definition of self-care is physical, mental,
Yeah.
emotional,
Holistic.
spiritual,
Mm-hmm.
holistic, because they have to work in tandem for productivity. So if you
Absolutely.
focus
Mm.
on the physical, the spiritual will suffer, the emotional will suffer, the
Yeah.
mental will suffer. So if you want to be very productive, some people would ask me, hey, you are doing this, you are doing that, you are doing this, you are doing this. Now let you waka come. And I'll tell them that number one, I keep building capacity every time, every day. Number two, I know they carry my self-care play. Right? No, number stop my health and wellness. I don't joke with it. That makes sometimes people they mistake me, say I dey be fitness coach. That's one tiny bit of what I do for my self-care. That's what I
Self-care.
physical fitness is one tiny bit. What I do when it comes to my emotional health is another thing. What I do for my mental health is another thing. Spiritually, another thing. So I put all these things together and I put them under my self-care routine.
Yeah.
So that when I'm productive and I'm doing things and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, I know that I've built capacity. I have built things that can help me. So resilience doesn't come cheap. It comes with other things that you have to do. I know
Yeah.
very well, emotionally, I know
Sacrifices as
very
well.
well. Yes, I know well. My emotional health tells me that do not repress it.
Mm.
Do not repress it. Do not suppress it. Don't go and cause another thing for yourself.
Mm.
So that's another way, self. So when I was crying that time, if inside my chest, I say, hey, no, my papa, my papa. When it comes, I dey cry. I'm still grieving, by the way, right? Especially this period, Easter.
And
My
it's
father was a
okay to grieve.
Yeah, my father was a Catholic, so the man, like, Jesus, he was. So this Easter period came because I felt like I had already built that, you know, I've accepted that Popsy has gone. I'm just going to keep him forever. So when this Easter came again, I remember how such a devoted Catholic he would fast
Yes.
from and all of that. So in this few days, some little triggers. So if I talk about him, I would want to cry.
Asking.
And it's fine. So it's my emotional awareness and my emotional self-care that has given me. And once I feel the urge, I let it out and I'm moving and you see me now, don't say now me wake cry now with this, you get, so all these
Yeah.
things put
but
together.
but let me ask you there when it comes to this. I know Enifome wanted to say something,
Yeah,
but
there's
let
something
me.
I want to say. Please hold your
Yeah.
thoughts.
Okay.
And there's something I always tell women, that it's okay to feel the way you feel.
Mm,
Especially if it's a negative feeling, it's okay. Don't deny the feeling. Feel
mm,
it, but don't stay
mm,
there. Because
mm,
when you stay there,
Absolutely.
it makes up your state. It's like it becomes solidified. A state is like how do I put it? When you want to set
It
concrete
become
and then
hardwired.
you mix concrete and you mix
mm,
the sand, the gravel, and the cement, and then you put the water. You are still forming it. When it becomes a state, do you understand? You have already set it. It is not a state. It is more difficult for you to start saying you want to sort out you don't form,
don't
you don't
cake.
strong.
Don't
The bone
cake.
don't strong.
Mm,
Exactly. So feel the feeling. When you feel it, name the feeling. That's emotional mastery. Okay, this thing I'm feeling is anger, or is hurt,
mm,
or is discontent,
mm.
or is guilt. Name it. Don't say, oh, then I'm a child of God. Nothing. God did not call us to deny our emotions. He did not call, he gave us emotions now. You see, you understand? So feel it, but don't stay there. Name it. When you feel it, this is what it is. Appreciate, try to understand, why am I feeling like this? What could have happened that made me get to the root cause? Once you identify it like this, then gain control of it. I feel this
Mm,
thing, but I'm in charge here. So I
mm.
name it this. It was guilt, but I name myself loved. I name myself, I'm shameless because Christ has redeemed me. So you begin to now superimpose the truth over the
Oh,
facts. The
Father,
fact is that I feel sad. The truth is that the joy of the Lord
of
is my
the
strength.
Lord is my strength.
You have to fight for your mind. Hey, you
Mm.
cannot be resilient if you don't fight for your mind, and it's a brutal fight. It's not a
What will be will be.
you understand? Fight for your mind. Fight for it. Feel
Woo,
it, but
grace,
don't
grace,
remain in that
grace.
state.
Something
Feel
is
it,
coming.
but don't
Something
remain.
is coming. Wow. If you just
Please, I want
answered
to
my
quickly say
question.
something.
Yeah, go
Sorry, I want
ahead.
to quickly say something. I think this should be the last thing I would say because we can keep going. This issue, this talk, it get layer upon
Upon
layer
layers.
through the body,
Mm.
right? So what I was going to say, oh God, have I forgotten?
Please don't forget to.
Yes, yes, very interesting. What I want to say is, so I've gotten to a point where I now see what we call negative. What we call negative. So I'm a scientist. My first degree is in physics, and I like to say it anytime I get the chance to. You know, even in coaching, in our in what we do in our community, we don't tag things bad or good,
No good.
because darkness precedes light, or light,
Absolutely.
whichever way we look at it. So I have come to this understanding that even the negative, all those things that we call, because it's so easy to want to focus a lot on the positive, being optimistic and all of that. But those negative, those things that we've termed negative, if we wait a bit and check, not sitting on it, they're coming with messages. Yes, yes,
Information. Yes.
information. Yes, yes, yes. What am I to do with this? Right?
Mm.
Quick story. Somebody lost her job and she wanted to, she was like, hey God, da, 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 da. This same job that you have been doing for many years, no promotion, but you were comfortable there. It was the week that
Mm.
you were what this got fired. It was that week that you remember that you were to finish one particular program that you started a while ago. It was
Mm.
after you finished that program that you got another job that they started paying you times 20 of what
Wow.
you were receiving at that time. In your head, when they were firing you, you say, devil, why me? Why? I mean, devil, now me, now you focus on today. So I just, to round up really is those negative things that we want to tag bad may not necessarily be bad. They just be an information, and also what you've been exposed to. So sometimes when I'm
Environment.
beginning to see certain things, I'm like, what have I been reading lately? What have I been watching lately? What have I been seeing? That's where we settle it in the place of meditation.
Yeah.
We settle it in the place of, that place where you sit with yourself, solitude. You sit with yourself and you start, like you said, you name them. Thank you. And you reduce the voices in your head, those voices that will tell you rubbish things about yourself. Say, yes, yes, thank you. Come they go. I hear you. What
Your
else?
time is up.
Your time is up, man. Move. So there are voices, all these things because of our environment, the things we're exposed to, the things we hear, the things we see,
We've
we
been
we, we
through.
get you. Yes. So that's why you build. I'm very big on building communities where, for this community, now coaching, now you be proved now. We talk about, we
Say,
cite
say.
ourselves, we do this, we do that. That's in the same way I have. So I am always at that level, even though I get exposed to certain things that would, bring my morale down. I don't plug my network for places where, when I need to be gingered up again, I'll get it done. So that's I
Absolutely.
just said
and
I
that's
should.
and that's fantastic, and that speaks to you when you that speaks to the fact, or the point where you said build capacity. So when we say build capacity, it's not just within, it's you putting things, systems in
In
place.
place.
So when you talk about your purpose, you're saying, okay, what does God want me to do for now? When you talk about your self-care, like she mentioned, know that self-care is not just about your beauty or about relaxing, about
Exactly.
massage or about looking.
Exactly.
It's mental, spiritual,
Yeah.
physical,
Emotional.
and emotional, right? So that means that you will build things in place. You have connection. In fact, everything you both have said is just connecting. Look at you talking about the pillars. You're talking about building relationship. And so when you look at that, it actually plugs in. So okay, in my relationship, I need people who, when my head is beginning to be louder than sense, I can plug into this community, and they will reset my brain. Because in this community, negativity is not allowed. You don't speak, like, you don't even joke about it. People will come into your DM and type something, like somebody, so the other, like last week, was like, oh, because I'm on a particular challenge now, and every night we're in class, and I handle the fitness session there for them. So I just take them to a fitness session. And one day, only one person just came after the session, came to type in my WhatsApp, said, my body, oh, EJ, was joking, like, my body, they pay me, EJ, one day you go keep us. I say, no, no, I don't kill people, I give life. Please, there's
Whoosh.
power in your words. I'm not, I like that. You see me own knife. You don't see person where exercise key before. They're like, no, we do. I don't kill. I'm like, we don't die here. We live. I give life.
Mm,
So be very mindful of your words. So there are places you go. There are communities you belong to that it becomes a culture. You
mm-hmm,
imbibe the culture that even when you mistakenly say
mm-hmm,
some things that does not gel with what is supposed to, you are quick to catch it and you're
mm-hmm.
quick to nip it in the bud. And I love what you said earlier on Enifome, saying, see, you speak it out to silence the voice. When those
Yeah.
voices come in your head, speak
Off the
out
mic. Off
like
am.
short seats. No, 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 no. And it's the same thing you're saying again now, Grace. Like, okay, I am feeling it, because I was going to ask when you said, feel the emotion and everything. I'm like, so what if it's anger? What if it's jealousy? What if it's envy? But both of you have dealt with it very well. Like, you know what? Name it. First of all, don't shut it down. Don't
Yeah.
suppress it and say,
That's
anyways,
not
I'm
resilience.
happy for you. Oh. But deep down, you're like, now
Mm-hmm.
wow, now only you want. Not be last week, something good just happened to you. Now only you want. You understand? So name it. I say, why am I feeling this way? Why? Is it because I want that same thing she's having? And if you
Mm-hmm.
want it, there's nothing wrong with wanting it.
Mm-hmm.
But you
Yeah.
need to channel where you can get it to. Go on your own knees and pray to your own God and say, God, I thank you for how beautiful Enifoma is looking today. And Lord, but you created us beautiful. I want to be as beautiful or even more beautiful. I don't mind. But what can I
Mm.
do in my own capacity with what I have to make me look as gorgeous as she looks, or to make me as confident as she's confident, rather than saying, now wow, this woman myself, her own is too much. Every time she cannot, she's just shouting, shouting, hey, hey. When you begin to feel like that against somebody, there's something in them that you wish you had.
That's it. They say
And
jealousy, I
this,
mean, envy is love. There's a way they say that thing. That envy, when you envy or when you envy somebody, is love something something on the other side. I can't remember how they say it, but deep
Hmm.
down, you know that you want what that person. There's
Has.
something
has.
about that person.
Yeah. And I want to put it, I want to come from this angle, and I think that's where I'm going to wrap up. And I was talking about healing, and it's still impressed in my heart to hammer
Mention
on it.
it. Hmm.
Because you
Yeah.
see, when you go through challenges, it doesn't leave you the same.
Hmm.
Your challenge can either make you or mar you.
Hmm.
If it did not
Absolutely.
make you, then it marred you. There's no
No in
middle ground.
between.
There's still, you need to be honest and truthful to yourself.
Hmm.
You know, one of the things that has taken me far in life is the ability to tell myself the truth.
The truth.
Before you come and tell me the truth, I've looked myself in the mirror any for me. This thing that you did, couldn't you have done better? What could you overdid this thing? I tell myself the truth. And I sit with God and say, God, is there something he's like the person that marks my scripts. Yes, no, fail. So that's why I don't care about what people say, because I don't live for people's validation. I live
Hmm.
for God's validation. But it took me it was a
Wow,
journey.
to
It
get
wasn't
there.
yes, yes, yes. So I was talking about healing, right? You mentioned something just now. You said you look at somebody and say, this person is doing this person is doing that. The truth of the matter is that you see this, your thoughts, they can control your life. They can determine whether your challenges will make you or mar you. And like I was saying, every time you go through a challenge, it doesn't leave you the same. It either makes you or mar you. To say I'm okay, nothing is happening. If you are mad, you are mad. You need to get back in shape.
Hmm.
If you are made, then you will get bigger. You get bigger than the challenge, you get better, right? But your challenge can make you or mar you. Now let me speak to those that challenges have marred them, because that's
Hmm.
my ministry, emotional healing. You have gone through something that's really, really marred you. You have not been the same. A popular actress in Nigeria lost her daughter. She came back, she was doing things. We felt like, okay, she was okay. But I told somebody when she passed, I said, this
Hmm.
woman did not recover from her
Heal.
daughter's death.
Hmm.
Resilience is recovering from difficult situations, recovering. There must be a recovery for it to be called resilience. If you
Hmm.
don't recover, then there's no resilience in that one.
You just
So
you just staggered.
you
Wing it.
just try to dabble it,
Staggered.
but yes, but the wound is still there. And that wound can become it can become
A
trauma.
sore.
It can become a sore. And if you cover wound, it doesn't heal wound because you covered it. You have to
To be
expose it,
smelly. To be
identify
smelly.
it's a wound. For you to be feeling bad that your fellow sister is progressing, it is a
It's a
wound.
wound.
It is wound right there. And see, when you said out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth
The
speaks.
mouth
Sometimes it
speaks.
is your actions that show you what is in your heart, sister, brother.
Mm,
So you
mm.
have gone through challenges. How do you know that you have really, really healed? How are you reacting to that thing again or to a similar challenge? When you go through something else, what is your disposition? That's how you know that you have healed. Because, for example, you are bitter. You've not healed, though. You know, when
Yeah.
my sister Grace was crying, it's an information. I'm not over this thing yet. And it's
Mm.
okay to not be over it yet. I don't even want to be over it yet, Seth, because I'm enjoying my father's memories. Do you understand? So it's okay. I'm not looking at, oh, yeah, I cried or I did not cry. Is it your cry? Do you understand? So you understand? So just knowing that, look, telling yourself the truth, this thing did damage to me. And it really takes you looking inwards to check, why am I like this? Why am I reacting this way? It's not the way you react when you have caught yourself and say, okay, blood of Jesus. No, the way you reacted when you could not control yourself is information. It shows you that you have not healed. You should not be jealous of somebody. You should celebrate other people so that you can attract it. That's a whole different topic, because
I
it
know.
is about the faculty of the heart.
Your heart.
What you celebrate, you attract. What you resent, you repel. Because you're saying, I don't deserve this thing, I don't want this thing. You're saying that it is not going to come to you because you hate it in somebody else. So that's a sign of trauma. You have to heal. Somebody
Yeah.
hurt you, something happened, that thing has scarred you. You have to go back and say, why am I like this? Why am I afraid of this thing? Why am I behaving this in this certain way towards this man that said he loves me? Is it because a man duped me or a man broke my heart? All men are cheats. No, all men are not
Are not
cheats.
cheats.
One
These are the
person,
things
one
you
person,
have to
one
know.
person would
Yes, one
do
person
something and you
cheated.
take it on
There are how many
everybody.
billion men in the world? So you must work on those mindsets, those limiting beliefs, those things that make those trauma, those wounds. It's not by making up. For women, we can make up very well. Men too, they can package these days. They have their own makeup. If you are hurting or something happened to you that is okay, I've bounced back, I'm resilient, bounce back ability. Hey, English.
It
Better
will
go
bounce, it will bounce.
go back.
The challenge will bounce you back into it.
Yes, and if you don't deal with that challenge will deal with you, because if
Yeah.
you don't deal with that thing, it will take you back 10 years backward. You would
Yeah.
realize, I'm telling you, I'm not this thing I'm telling you is real normal. I learned from my life experiences. If you don't heal, and it might be your childhood, your father beat your mother, or something happened, you did a business, it did not work. Resilience is bouncing back from life's difficult situations. You cannot bounce back if you've not healed. So go back and find out the root cause. I'm going to give an example quickly so that we can wrap up this thing. I tried to learn makeup, for a while. I wasn't able to learn. And as a speaker and MC, I need makeup to go for my, see you now. You have to
Events.
make up. So we have to make up. It's part of the work. So I
It's
spend
part
a
of
lot
the
of money.
job.
It's part of it. You can't come out looking like, they fried you
It
and
can't be
roasted you.
caught on fresh.
You
No.
understand? So it's a part of it. So I realized that I wasn't able to learn this thing. I will say I will learn it, and I have a can-do mindset. I have a positive mindset, but they learn, they work. So one day I sat down and said, why am I struggling to learn this thing? I now look, because as a coach, you cannot take people to where you have not been. If you want to make people better, you have to be better. And how can you be better? By also finding out ways that you did, you can be better, and things you did that you could have been better at, or you could have done better. It's really you just looking inwards before you can help somebody else, help yourself. So I sat there and say, wait, though, what really happened? Why am I feeling this way? And I had a flashback. When I was in secondary school, I shaved my eyebrows. My father had a clipper, battery clipper, and it was exciting to be making noise. So I'm like, okay, they used to do friction then, and we used to cut our hair in a military school that we went to. So all girls and boys, low cuts, whatever, low cut. So we used to do
Wait,
friction.
which military school? Which military school?
Nigerian Navy Secondary School.
Oh, I for say, this not just namesake again, the same.
Did you go
Sorry,
to
go
command? Which
ahead.
school did you go to? Is it
I
command?
went to command. I'm a
Oh,
commando.
ex-military girls. In fact, we're exchanging numbers after this one. Oh, yeah. If you text
Absolutely.
my number right away. So I shaved my whatever, and they used to do friction so that the thing will go like this and shape it and everything. I don't know when I now went to go and shape and shave my whole eyebrow. Where I,
Can't be like a japa.
Eskimo. Like when I Eskimo, I'm like, hey, what's up? Something is wrong with this guy's face. So people could not place it. Like something is missing. Like imagine me without eyebrows. Just imagine me now without eyebrows. That's only eyeshadow, no eyebrow. Like that was how I went to school. So everybody was like, So that thing was
Yes,
so
it just.
embarrassing. That thing was so embarrassing. Eh? Oh God, people stop laughing.
It's your sister. Wait, you know what's the japa?
Tortoise.
I'll be
Because
so
a tortoise not get eyebrow.
It wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. Like because of that thing, do you know that so many people believe that I could not shave till this moment before I learned to make I could not shave my eyebrow. Every time I want to shave my eyebrow, I
You will
want
remember.
I'm saying, please shave it for me because I don't want to shave everything. I'm not joking. Our experiences can make or mar,
Yeah.
and it's challenges that happen that are experiences that we say, let's just put it under the carpet. It has done something to you. Experiences are powerful. You cannot just say so that thing it did yeah. Just recently to the glory
You
of
need therapy as well. We shouldn't forget that. You
yes,
need therapy. 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 That's one thing that I know can really help.
With traumas.
Therapy can help, and there's some things that you might not see. You need, your blind spots and all of that. You need people to help you see it.
exactly.
So even though you're going through it, you always need help. No
You
how
need
you
help.
can never attain a level where that's something that's very important. We need to put that out there. For no matter how tough a situation, even if you've gone through the toughest of the toughest, it gets to a point where you know by yourself that you need
You need
therapy, so
help.
that some
Yeah.
things that you've not been able to deal with, or things that you were not able to see with your
See,
own eyes,
because you are in the
Yes.
some other
frame.
people.
Let me
Yes,
Yes, and
yes.
see.
That's where
that
that's really why you need somebody out of yourself, which is where I anchored the supportive relationships. It
Yeah.
can be your mentor. It can be so for
Your
me, God
coach.
actually just helped me in those people that He brought. It's included coaches, mentors. Every,
Mentors.
I did not become this
Covenant
person overnight.
friends.
That's why
Mm.
I know the power of coaching, the power of therapy, the power of somebody else seeing you differently from the way you see yourself, or calling out the real you out of
Mm.
the current you that you can only because problems can blind you.
Yes.
Problems,
Yes.
problems
Yes.
can
Yes.
blind you. Wallahi,
we
you will
can
Yes.
see the
Yes.
we
thing.
can
You
keep
will be
going on
there
with
like
this
this.
conversation.
Honestly.
You will be there.
It's
You
Honestly.
will
almost
not see
7. I have another appointment. We'll just keep going on and on.
This is so good. This is
problem.
Babe,
this is a combination of coaches, so you can imagine. Okay,
Hmm.
guys, I hope that you've gotten some value here today. We've said a lot has been said. A lot. We've gone full circle, right? Coming from what resilience is, how to deal with resilience, the pillars of resilience, and how to, be aware and to know what to do and to know that resilience, it's not something you walk into. It's not something you strut into. It is something that you go through, and it is something that you have to be aware of, and you have to build capacity from within. Again, it is not something that happens outside. It starts from the inside, from your mind. And so you need to actually understand you. Like DDK would say you need to go to the university of you to know you
mhm.
and be very honest with yourself. We've said a lot. You understand your emotions. Don't suppress them, but understand them, name them, and then be in charge of it. That's what emotional intelligence is about. So you see, when Enifome said build capacity, it's me. Was it Enifome that said build capacity
No,
or
it
Grace?
was grace.
It's Grace said build capacity. It means he learning, consistently learning, and in all the
Wallahi.
different areas. So, like
Yeah.
they said, resilience does not come alone. It's not a standalone concept. It handles, it carries other things. So for you to be resilient, you need to learn. For you to be resilient, you need to be vulnerable. For you to be resilient, you need to be like positive mindset. So there's a mind work, There's emotional work, there's self work, and there's all of this work. So, guys, I hope you've gotten a lot of value. May I've got to know, so I'll have to sit down with this class again, the replay, and go and watch and write down some very vital, especially on how to deal with resilience. There are things that I've heard here today that have spoken to me personally, just knowing that, oh, I'm going through this. I need to name this, especially again for the healing part. Healing is very,
Very
very,
important.
very, very, very vital. If you don't heal, you can't actually come out as a resilient person. Thank you so much, my beautiful sisters. You have been fantastic. In fact, I feel like I need to do another session with you girls because your energy just sweet.
Virtual
Die,
hug, please.
die,
Virtual hug. Grace,
die,
I'm
die,
hugging
die.
you. My namesake. What happened? Is it the
Please
hug
don't
that?
run. I think a call probably came through for Grace,
Oh,
but
okay,
thank you
okay.
so much. Thank you, Enifome. Thank you, Grace. You girls have been amazing. I mean, I could sit here for 6 hours with you two. I will not get tired. The energy is palpable. Like, the energy is like, oh, Nanepa, do your thing. Chineke, bae.
Let's hug, Joe. Virtual hug. Never cannot
Hey.
Never
We're
cannot
hugging you. We're
our
hugging you. We're hugging you. Thank you so much. All right, sisters. God bless you. Thank you,
Bless you
everyone who
too.
is
Well
online.
done.
All right.
Um,
Bye.
all right, take care, sis. Take care. Right.
Catch
So,
up. We'll catch up. We'll
hey, sorry, you
be
said
friends
what?
with you.
Oh, fantastic.
No, I
Yeah,
said I'll definitely catch up with her.
absolutely. I'm going to
Absolutely.
exchange your numbers to you two
All
now
right.
so that you can connect.
Bye.
Thank you so much, sis. I really appreciate you. God bless you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I mean, I had a great time. I don't know about you, but again, I really do hope that one thing at least dropped for you today with all the conversations that we had here today on this event. So please join us again tomorrow. Tomorrow we have another set of women, fantastic women. Tomorrow the time is different, so it's not going to be 5 p.m. West African time, 8 p.m. GST. It's going to be 8 p.m. West African time and 11 p.m. GST. So tomorrow we are going into the late nights because of the peculiarity of our speakers tomorrow. But come prepared because tomorrow is going to be explosive again. Thank you so much for being a part of the Becoming Summit Day 2. I'll see you tomorrow on day 3. God bless you. Mwah. Love you all. Good night.